Picture this. You're looking at a building from above, and it doesn't look like any Barndominium you've seen before. No long rectangle. No simple L shape. What you're seeing has arms. 5 of them, radiating outward from a central core like a geometric snowflake dropped onto 3 acres of Texas hill country. Your first instinct is, that's a vanity project. Someone with too much money and a Pinterest board that got out of hand. Here's the counterintuitive truth. That shape you're looking at is one of the most thermally efficient residential configurations you can build in North America right now. Not because it looks dramatic, because of geometry. The hub and spoke layout, that central mass with radiating wings, creates what thermal engineers call a radial thermal gradient. That's a fancy way of saying heat and cool air don't move in straight lines through the structure the way they do in a box. They pool in the center. The wings act as buffers. Each arm of the star faces a slightly different solar orientation, which means a building is passively managing sun exposure across its entire footprint, without a single extra dollar spent on smart glass. In a well-designed star-shaped Barndominium, owners are reporting HVAC loads, that's your heating and cooling demand, 18 to 22% lower than comparable square footage rectangle builds. Not in theory, in utility bills. Let's get into it. The why now? The rectangle is failing, and in 2026, that failure is showing up in places you can't ignore. Energy costs in the Sun Belt have increased an average of 31% over the past 4 years. Grid instability, rolling brownouts, peak demand surcharges, time of use pricing has turned the question of how your house manages heat from an aesthetic conversation into a financial one. A 2,400 square foot rectangle oriented east-west on a Texas or Oklahoma lot can absorb direct solar radiation on its broadest wall face for 6 to 8 hours a day in summer. You're paying for that every month. The honest truth is that builders and architects kept defaulting to rectangles because rectangles are cheap to frame. Simple math, straight lines, predictable lumber cuts, no complicated transitions. That logic held when energy was cheap and labor was cheaper. Neither of those things is true anymore. The star-shaped Barndominium didn't emerge from a design trend. It emerged from a problem. When you spread a building's footprint into radiating wings, you accomplish several things simultaneously. You reduce the longest uninterrupted wall exposure to any single solar angle. You create natural cross-ventilation corridors between wings, gaps where prevailing wind moves through the structure's valleys and cools the exterior envelope. And you shorten the distance from any occupied room to an exterior wall, which means your insulation is working in shorter, more efficient runs. This is not a house that looks like a thermal engine. This is a thermal engine. The question isn't whether the star shape works. The data says it does. The question is whether the construction economics makes sense for your budget. And that's where this gets complicated. Engineering the hub. Here's where it gets interesting. The central hexagon, the core where all the wings meet, is the most structurally demanding component of this entire build. And most people planning a star Barndominium dramatically underestimate what's happening at that junction. When 5 or 6 wings converge on a single point, you're not dealing with simple post and beam load paths. A load path is a route that gravity and structural forces travel from your roof, down through your walls, into your foundation, in a rectangle. That path is linear and predictable. At a hub, those forces are converging from multiple directions simultaneously. What this requires is a moment-resistant connection at every wing junction. Each wing is essentially trying to peel away from the center under wind load and thermal expansion. The engineering solution involves 2 critical components you need to know by name before you talk to any structural engineer or steel fabricator. First, purlin alignment. Purlins are the horizontal structural members that run across your roof rafters, creating the framework your roof panels attach to. In a standard rectangle, purlins run parallel, evenly spaced, simple. At a star hub, the purlins from each wing have to terminate and transfer loaded angles, often 60 to 72 degrees depending on your wing count. If those termination points aren't precisely engineered, you get differential deflection. The roof moves unevenly under load. Over time, that movement creates gaps. Gaps become leaks. Second, gusset plate reinforcement. A gusset plate is a flat steel plate, typically 3/8 to half an inch thick structural steel that bolts across a structural joint to distribute stress across a wider area rather than concentrating it as single bolt or weld point. At a star hub with 5 or 6 wings, you're looking at a custom gusset plate configuration engineered specifically for your geometry, your wind zone, your roof pitch, and your span lengths. This is not a component you pull off a standard spec sheet. This is also not where you cut costs. The hub is where the building either holds or fails. Before we get into the line item breakdown, do me one quick favor. Tap subscribe and ring the bell. I break down real Barndominium costs and design truths every single week. The math. Let's talk numbers. Real ones. A standard 2,400 square foot rectangle Barndominium, 40 by 60 feet, has roughly 1,600 linear feet of exterior wall perimeter. A 2,400 square foot star-shaped Barndominium with 5 wings has approximately 2,240 linear feet. That's 40% more exterior wall surface area for the same interior square footage. Every linear foot of exterior wall costs money to frame, insulate, sheath, and finish. At current material and labor rates, mid-2026 national average, you're looking at $85 to $110 per linear foot for a finished exterior wall assembly in steel frame construction. Run that math. The rectangle, 1,600 feet times $95 average, equals $152,000 in exterior wall costs. The star, 2,240 feet times $95 average, equals $212,800 in exterior wall costs. That is $60,000 delta before you've touched the foundation or the roof. And the roof is where it really accelerates. Every junction between 2 wings creates a valley, an interior angle where 2 roof planes meet and water must drain. In a 5-wing star, you have 10 roof valleys. In a 6-wing star, 12. Each valley requires custom flashing, the metal waterproofing that seals a joint, and custom-cut structural members that can't be prefabricated to standard dimensions. Budget $12,000 to $18,000 in additional roofing costs per star built above a comparable rectangle. Then there's the foundation. A rectangle sits on a simple perimeter foundation with predictable corner forms. A star foundation has re-entrant corners, inside corners where 2 wing walls meet the central hub, and those require custom formwork. That premium typically runs $15,000 to $22,000. Budget $18,000 as your realistic midpoint. Then add the steel kit premium. Standard rectangular Barndominium kits run $25 to $35 per square foot for the structural package. A custom star geometry steel kit, because no one stocked these off the shelf, runs $42 to $58 per square foot on a 2,400 square foot build. That's a structural cost difference of $40,000 to $55,000 versus a rectangle. Total realistic cost premium for star over rectangle, 2,400 square feet, $125,000 to $165,000. That is the honest number, the honest trade-offs. This is a section other channels skip. We don't. Problem 1, roof valleys and leak risk. 10 to 12 roof valleys is not just a cost problem, it's a long-term maintenance liability. Valleys are statistically the highest risk leak point on any metal roof assembly. They concentrate water flow from 2 roof planes into a single drainage channel. If your flashing is even marginally imperfect, if the ceiling degrades unevenly, if the valley profile is too shallow for your rainfall intensity, water gets in. And in a star build, a valley leak is rarely where you think it is. Water travels along structural members before it drips, sometimes 8 to 12 feet from the actual entry point. Diagnosing and repairing valley leaks in multi-valley designs can cost $3,000 to $8,000 per event. Plan for it in your maintenance reserve from day 1. Problem 2, dead space from non-90-degree corners. Interior corners where wings meet the hub are rarely 90 degrees. In a 5-wing star, each wing junction is 72 degrees. In a 6-wing, 60 degrees. Those acute angles create dead space. Areas that are structurally present, thermally conditioned, but functionally unusable. Across a full star floor plan, dead space can represent 80 to 130 square feet of conditioned area you'll never meaningfully occupy. That's square footage you're paying to heat and cool, but can't put furniture in. Problem 3. Contractor availability. Most residential contractors in non-metropolitan markets have never built a star geometry Barndominium. The ones who have are booked. In rural markets, you may receive only one qualified bid. That's a negotiating disadvantage you need to price into your project before you break ground. The floor plan. So what does 2,400 square feet of star actually look like to live in? The central hexagonal great room runs 1,000 square feet, 14-foot ceilings, no secondary support columns. Kitchen, dining, living. This is a social core with sight lines into every wing simultaneously. Polished concrete floors act as a thermal battery, absorbing heat during daylight hours and releasing it slowly after sunset, passively offsetting 2 to 3 hours of peak cooling demand per day in summer. 3 wings are private bedroom suites. Each runs 280 to 320 square feet with natural light from 3 exterior wall exposures. No two feel the same. The 4th wing is your utility core, mechanical room, laundry, storage. It faces north deliberately, minimizing thermal gain in your highest humidity space. The 5th wing is your covered porch and outdoor transition zone, oriented to capture prevailing southwest winds. It moves air through the central hub naturally and reduces mechanical ventilation demand. Every space is doing 2 jobs. That's the design logic. Here's the honest verdict. If you're building a star because it photographs, well, stop. The cost premium is real. The maintenance complexity is real, and a well-insulated rectangle will outperform a poorly executed star every single time. But if you're building in a high-energy cost market on a site with genuine solar exposure challenges, and you have access to a structural engineer who has done this before, the star is not a vanity project. It's a long-duration thermal asset that a rectangle physically cannot replicate. Know the math before you commit. Get 3 bids, not 1. Specify your valley flashing in writing, and budget a maintenance reserve from year 1. That's not pessimism. That's how you protect a $400,000 to $600,000 investment. If this video gave you something real, hit like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. I read every single one. Your question might become the next deep dive on this channel. I'll see you in the next one.